News 25 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, a pilot crash lands his plane at the detention center, and the Kingdom Strip Club is reduced to rubble. News 25 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
And a plane is damaged, mistakenly landing at Core Civic. It's Friday, March 15th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Luckily, the pilot of an aircraft escaped injury today when he mistakenly landed his plane at the Core Civic Detention Center. The plane hit a road sign and rocks before coming to a rest in the parking lot. The Federal Aviation Administration and the Nye County Sheriff's Office are on scene to investigate a downed aircraft at the Core Civic Detention Center located on Mesquite Avenue here in Pahrump. The pilot and only occupant is reportedly not injured as a result of this crash. The plane, however, did sustain damage to its wing upon landing on the property, which law enforcement told News 25 that the pilot believed was the runway for the Calvada Airport, which is located just north of this facility.
Man flying in, I hope for the first time, thought that this was the airport and that was a landing strip, and so he didn't really hit anything except the stop sign. He lost part of his wingtip there, got the plane under control, brought it back onto what he thought was the landing area, and he landed the plane.
The plane came to rest in the parking lot, which is now closed until the investigation is complete and the aircraft removed. And a busy day, the driver of a compact car was airlifted to trauma this afternoon following a high-impact crash involving a pickup truck. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to a two-vehicle accident this afternoon on Blagg and Blosser Ranch roads. One person was transported to a Las Vegas trauma center via Mercy Air. No other injuries were reported at the time of the crash. And what many residents considered an eyesore has been reduced to rubble today. The large structure called the Kingdom Club that once housed a strip club on the highway greeting travelers now has been demolished. The Kingdom Club on the corner of Highway 160 and Homestead Road has been reduced to rubble. The castle-type structure is being demolished by the Pahrump-owned business Full Throttle Excavation. The building once housed a strip club that was owned by brothel owner Joe Richards. The Kingdom closed their doors in 2014. Another renter attempted to start a business in the facility, which was unsuccessful. The landowners are said to be working with another business that might like to develop the property once the land is vacant. While some department stores are closing their doors, one discount store is expanding. Angela Miles has that story and more in today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, General Electric shareholders are in for a long haul. The CEO tells investors the company's turnaround should start to win in 2021. He calls GE's challenges complex but clear. Executives say they are working to improve GE's financial structure. Traders are picking up clues about the commodities market using streaming apps. According to a report out of China, Chinese farmers are streaming clips of themselves loading up trucks filled with harvest from the field. Some traders are reportedly using the video information to predict the future of grain prices. Soybeans were the most valuable crop exported by U.S. farmers in 2018. Dollar General is in expansion mode. The discount chain anticipates opening close to 1,000 stores in the United States and remodeling 1,000 older locations.
Thanks, Angela. We'll tell you about one department store here in town that's having some code compliance issues after the break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, one of the local Family Dollar stores is back in the news again with code compliance issues. We caught up with Fire Chief Scott Lewis to find out more.
Monday night around 7:30, we got dispatched for a report of smoke in the building. That upgrades to a structure fire for us. Crews arrived on location and found a strong odor of electrical in the back area of the storage room. Crews investigated for actually quite a length of time because it was a large area. There's an overabundance of property stored within the building. And we found that there was several circuit breakers tripped for exterior lighting. Closer examination of that building revealed that most of the light bulbs in that back area appeared to have failed, causing that smoke condition, and then was distributed through the HVAC system through the building. As part of our suppression effort, when we first arrived, we went to check out the water storage tanks, which we would use to supply our engines, and we found that they appeared to be empty. And so further examination of those tanks revealed that the shutoff valve was in a closed position, not allowing the tanks to fill automatically. It's an ongoing issue with many commercial structures located out here, so we diligently went out and did inspections most of the day yesterday and found that most are in compliance with most of the commercial structures. However, we're finding some that aren't. And so we're taking remediation with buildings and safety and planning to make sure everybody is where they need to be. Obviously, these buildings, a lot of these commercial structures are being erected in areas that don't have hydrants, so we have to have these storage tanks in place so that we have a sustainable water supply in the event that the building is on fire. There was orders placed by buildings and safety for corrections within 30-day time periods. Some had immediate effects, so they're well on their way to correct those matters.
And 49 people have been killed in a horrific mass shooting at two separate churches in New Zealand. The terrorist attacks at the mosque in central Christchurch was carried out by what law enforcement calls a national white extremist. The Australian man has been arrested and 3 others are being questioned in connection with the tragedy. The 28-year-old murderer posted a racist manifesto online and sadly streamed live video of the attacks on Facebook. Well, emergency crews responded to a fire on the south side of Pahrump this morning. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to a fire this morning on Carberry Lane. According to Fire Chief Scott Lewis, a 4-stall horse structure was in flames. One person was reportedly injured and sustained burns and smoke inhalation as a result of the blaze. That individual declined to be transported to local medical facilities. The fire is thought to be accidental in nature. And those horses were luckily all right as well. The yearly recertification for officers here in Nye County is underway. News 25 tagged along to get a closer look.
So we're doing some annual recerts today with our agency. The sheriff has picked some topics for us to do that are high liability and things that we need to make sure our officers are squared away in. So we've done a complete retraining of our agency in building searching and also response to active assailants. The assailants and things did different tactics to place people into positions that gave them an opportunity to cause violence to the public. So we try to educate our officers today on some of those so they can identify some of the precursors and things when they're responding to similar incidents in the community.
The night of the shooting, LVMPD had 51 officers assigned to the overtime detail at the Route 91 Music Festival. At approximately 22:07 hours, Paddock opened fire on the crowd of concertgoers below. LVMPD officers immediately recognized that they are in an active assailant scenario, but the assailant's location is unclear. Through their own observations and reports from security, it was determined that the shooter is located on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay. So you guys look at that. They're taking fire. They don't know where it's from. They're trying to identify it. Now they're finding out this from point of elevation.
We have to continue to evolve with everything evolving around us with the violence that people are causing. Now we as law enforcement have to evolve with it as well, and that's the push that Sheriff Sharon Worley's made us do is put together a revamped version of a lot of the things and bringing the new tactics forward so that we can keep up with the curve and not be caught.
It's time for our annual recertification training, which is required by Nevada law. Every year they're required to get retraining in firearms, defensive tactics, their use of force continuum, as well as 12 hours of additional training in any other subject. This year, the training is active assailant training. It formerly was called active shooter training, but as we know, assailants can come in many forms. To remain certified as peace officers, every year they have to get this training. Not particularly the active assailant training, but that's the subject of the additional training that we've chosen to do this year. All officers in Nevada are required to get this training by law, so even our most senior officers have to go through this same training. The shoot house we've had for a few years now, and it's gone largely unused, but now we're using this shoot house almost weekly. The SWAT team uses it all of the time. I use it real thoroughly when I'm running my academies, and today we're going to be using it a little bit later, doing the active assailant drills where they enter the building, find the assailant, and stop the assailant. We use this training facility, not only we have our firearms range behind us, we have several mock buildings that we can use to run scenarios. One of them is set up as a simulated meth lab. We have a defensive tactics room, we have just a regular classroom, and not only the Sheriff's Office uses this, but Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and the Department of Emergency Management also use this for their confined spaces training, fire training, and extraction training. In total, right now this is our Pahrump session. The southern area is doing their training. We'll go up to Tonopah in 2 weeks and make sure Tonopah, Beatty, Smoky Valley, and Gabbs all get the same training. I believe we're at about 70 officers here that will be going through the training over this week and next week.
More news after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
Well, Trump has used his veto power today to block legislation after the Senate stopped his emergency declaration to fund his border wall. Trump's veto sends the resolution back to the U.S. House of Representatives, which is expected to pick it up after the week-long congressional recess. The House is not expected to have the two-thirds of the chamber's support needed to override the president's veto. The Department of Public Safety is making it easier for some offenders to stay in compliance. Rhonda Van Winkle has that story and more in today's News Across the Silver State.
The U.S. Department has awarded Clark County $1.2 million in federal grant money. This amount is earmarked to combat gangs, including the MS-13 and youth gangs. The U.S. Attorney's Office for Nevada says the money will go towards programs that are considered important to halt growth of gangs in southern Nevada, specifically the program Safe Neighborhoods, created by the U.S. Justice Department. The money will help with outreach, gang suppression strategy, and information exchange between local jurisdictions. It will also aid in improving collaboration between law enforcement and prosecutors. Well, according to the Department of Employment, Training and Rehabilitation's January 2019 economic report, statewide jobs increased by 3.9%, which collaborates to 53,300 new jobs added since January of last year. This is reportedly the fastest growth rate in the nation. The largest over-the-month job gain in the metropolitan areas were realized in Las Vegas at 3,400 jobs. Reno added 1,000 jobs, while Carson City added 500 jobs. In terms of growth rate, Reno added jobs at a faster rate than the rest of the state, measuring at 6.5%. This is the fastest growth in the area's history, topping the previous peak of 6.4% in January of 1996. Well, on Saturday, March 9th, the Nevada Parole and Probation Division, in conjunction and cooperation with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, conducted an operation called the Community-Based Offender Reporting Initiative. The operation gives offenders residing in the zip codes for Las Vegas the ability to complete their reporting obligation within their own community by providing temporary community-based reporting centers. The division anticipates that the attendance for monthly office visits will increase, and the rates for ones who are avoiding reporting will decrease. One objective for this initiative is to allow offenders that may be indigent or otherwise may have difficulties reporting due to transportation issues the ability to maintain compliance with the conditions of their supervision. During the 9-hour event, 11 sworn staff of varying ranks from the division, along with 2 administrative assistants, set up a temporary reporting location at the Las Vegas Metropolitan Southeast Area Command Station. In addition to compliance checks, the event provided the typical services offered normally at the Southern Command Office, such as counseling, referrals, resident verifications, employment verifications, collections of restitutions and fees, along with drug screenings. The event resulted in 210 monthly reports, 103 drug screens, restitution and fees collected equaling a total of $19,725. It also resulted in counseling referrals and a 1-day reporting center transfer. I'm Rhonda Van Winkle, and this has been your news across Nevada.
Thanks so much, Rhonda. Well, there is a new restaurant here in town, and if you love sandwiches, soup, and salad, you're going to love Specialty Sandwich Shop in Carberry Square.
We have white, wheat, rosemary, sourdough, jalapeno cheese, which is a big favorite. We have cheese bread, and we have rye bread. We have a rosemary specialty sandwich. We have Italian. We have pastrami, ham, turkey, roast beef, steak. Our meat's not pressed meat. We cut our meats daily. We cut our veggies daily. Soups are made fresh every day. Potato salad and coleslaw are made fresh every day. We also have salads, that we put any topping that they want in it, any veggie that they want in it. Sunday, we are 11 to 5. Monday, we're closed. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're 11 to 9. Friday and Saturday, we're 11 to 10. We're located at Carberry Square, 4760 Pahrump Valley Boulevard. We're right next to the Hideaway Bar. Phone number is 775-505-0830. Call us anytime during our business hours. We're happy to take phone orders. If they want to order sandwiches for a party or something, we're willing to do that also.
Well, what would you do if you had a lot of money and wanted your kids to go to a prestigious school? Maria Guerra tells us about some celebrities who are facing charges for bribery in today's entertainment report.
Jennifer Lopez is engaged. The romantic proposal by her future husband, Alex Rodriguez, was posted on Instagram on Tuesday, giving a behind-the-scenes look at the pair. The singer-actress let fans take a sneak peek of a professional photographer's pics on location in the Bahamas for the special moment. The couple, who have recently celebrated their 2-year anniversary together, were on the island to vacation. This will be the 4th marriage for Lopez, who divorced singer Mark Anthony in 2014, and the 2nd for Rodriguez, who has been divorced since 2008. Lori Loughlin has lost her job on the Hallmark Channel and is facing charges following her arrest in connection with the college admissions scam. The family-friendly network says that they were going to see what the outcome of the investigation, but are uncomfortable with the accusations at this point and have decided to halt all production involving the star. Federal officials are looking into accusation that at least 30 parents may have paid bribes to the University of Southern Nevada to gain their children's entrance into the school. Loughlin and her husband, fashion designer Massimo Giannulli, are accused of paying $500,000 to crew team recruits for their daughters. Here's a schedule of this week's KPVM TV movies on Channel 25.1. March 16th at 1 p.m., the supernatural thriller The Gift, starring Cate Blanchett, Keanu Reeves, Giovanni Ribisi, Hilary Swank, Katie Holmes, and Greg Kinnear. Saturday at 9 p.m., the movie Basics, starring John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. Sunday at noon, watch Will Smith as Muhammad Ali in the film Ali, also starring Jamie Foxx and Jon Voight. On Sunday at 8 p.m., gather round to watch Groundhog Day with Bill Murray, Andy McDowell, and Chris Elliott. Sunday at 7, the 2010 romantic comedy The Romantics, which pairs up Katie Holmes and Josh Duhamel and a cast of stars. Reporting for News 25, I'm Maria Guerra, and this is your entertainment this week.
News 46 Weather Cam is brought to you by Glenn Lerner Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a look outside. I know we had a couple chilly days, but it looks like the weekend might be warming up for that chili cook-off. We'll see what's in store after this break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue with today's temperatures. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 67, a low of 46. Death Valley, 77.51. Amargosa, 65.41. 63.36 in Beatty. Goldfield at 52.26, Tonopah 50.26, Carson City 51.25, Fallon 53.25, and Fernley 53.28. Today in Pahrump, mostly sunny skies, a high of 65 degrees, winds out of the north-northeast at 7 miles per hour with 20% humidity, and sunrise at 6:55 a.m. For tonight, it's currently 63 degrees outside with mostly clear skies, low 41 degrees, 6 mile per hour winds out of the east-northeast, humidity at 34%, and sunset at 6:51 p.m. Looking ahead to our 7-day, we got a small stretch of sunny skies from Saturday through Monday. That little stretch will be interrupted by a barrage of clouds coming next Tuesday, and they'll just kind of hang out until next Thursday. Temperature-wise, Saturday through Wednesday, we're mainly just going to be hanging out in that 70-degree bracket, just between 70 and 78 degrees. And that Thursday and Friday, we're going to drop down to those mid-60s, around 65 and 69 degrees. For overnights, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be at a low of 45 and 48. And then Monday through next Friday, we're just going to be hanging out in those low 50s, except for next Thursday, we'll be down at 48 degrees. Now, if you can't make it home in time for news, you're out running around doing whatever, make sure to check out our Facebook page. You can catch the news live every night at 5, even when you're on the go. And now we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna O'Dowell.
Thanks so much, Michael. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from all of us here at KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio 103.1 FM. We'll see you here on Monday. Have a great Chili Fest weekend. Good night.